Sir, good morning, sir. Sudarshan, sir. Shall I start, sir? Sir, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
How many participants are there?
Sir, at
Chiranjeevi.
present 20, sir.
Chiranjeevi, Dr. Chiranjeevi.
Sir, at present 20 are there, sir.
Is it audible? My voice?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Sir, at present 20 participants are there, sir.
Is it audible?
Yes, sir, audible, sir.
Okay.
Sir, at present 20 participants are there, sir.
Okay.
So, maybe in next 5 to 10 minutes, more number of participants will join, sir.
Shall we wait some time?
No problem, sir. We will start, sir.
Okay.
Your wish, sir.
No, I am asking you. You are the coordinator. You have to say to us.
Yes, yes, sir. Shall I start, sir? Okay, thank you, sir. So, dear participants, Professor Sudarshan Kumar, sir, from Delhi Technological University, sir is among with us. Sir is the expert speaker in this session. So, let me give brief introduction about sir. So, sir has received BTech degree in 1995 from Nagarjuna University, Andhra Pradesh. So, he has received MTech degree from National Institute of Engineering in 2002. And sir has received PhD degree from Delhi Technological University in 2018. Sir has started his teaching career in 1997 as a lecturer in VR Siddhartha Engineering College, Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh, and from 1997 to 2009. So, sir has worked as a lecturer, assistant professor, associate professor, professor in various reputed engineering colleges in Andhra Pradesh. And sir has joined in Delhi Technological University in 2009. And presently, sir is working as a professor in Delhi Technological University. So, sir has published over 50 research papers, including journal papers, conference proceedings, books, book chapters, etc. And sir has acted as a invitee speaker in so many conferences, workshops, etc. So, sir, area of interest are intelligent control of systems, soft computing techniques, artificial intelligence, neural networks, fuzzy logic, bio-inspired algorithms, dynamical systems, and electrical machines. So, I am once again welcoming you, sir, on behalf of Electrical Engineering Department of Rajkiya Engineering College, Sonbad. Thank you, sir.
I think Dr. Chiranjeevi is elaborated a lot. Even I myself don't know this much. Okay, thank you very much, Chiranjeevi, Dr. Chiranjeevi.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I will start my presentation. Usually, here I am at Delhi from 2009 onwards as an associate professor. I joined here, and presently I am a professor in this university. Okay, I will start now my session. Actually, today I want to discuss with you generally advanced controllers for these benchmarked systems. This is my topic, today's topic. Here I am seeing IFAC benchmark systems. International Federation of Automatic Control standardized some systems for design, what you call designing of controllers, testing of controllers, validation of controllers, for all the things. Earlier, what it is happening, some ad hoc systems they are going to testing, all the controllers. That's why the comparison of the performance of the controllers are difficult. That's why in 1990, International Federation of Automatic Control standardized some systems with a what you call higher order systems, what you are going to call. Can I go presentation mode? It is better, yes. Is it visible to all?
Yes, sir, visible, sir.
Okay. Today I am going to, this is the outline of my presentation. Actually, I want to discuss the objective of this lecture, introduction, and as well as what are the systems. In that, I am going to take some of the systems. If time is possible, I will go for that second system also. Cart inverted pendulum system and controllers, different controllers. These are the concluding remarks. What a twin rotor motor system or helicopter system and their controllers, how to design controllers. These are the things what I want to discuss with you in this today's session. I think mainly the aim of these faculty development program to prepare the participant to work with the practical and fully integrated system. This is my aim. At the end of my lecture, what I am expected, the participants are to learn that mainly to evaluate and select the benchmark systems, controllers, algorithms, integrated and interface various components and subsystems, and as well as the design procedure somewhat. Actually, to go for the design procedure, generally we have to read, everyone will know, we have to read so many research papers. Okay. Now I am going to start from the fundamental. What is system? This is the thing what I want to discuss with you. There is no precise notation for the precise definition for the system. Some notation what the system is, what it is very difficult to find a definition exactly for the system. But when we are going to see the dictionary, Oxford English Dictionary, it is going to define a system in three ways. It is giving the three meanings. Is what I am referring. A complex whole. There are three things are there. Three definitions they are given. These three definitions are a complex whole, or a set of connected things or parts, or an organized body of the material or immaterial things. This is the three definitions what is the Oxford English Dictionary will say to us. Now I am going to observe these three words. From these three definitions, I am going to see the three words. I am going to take the three words. The three words are complex, connected, and organized. These three words are aptly describe the characteristics of the system. Complex, connected, and organized. Systems all around us, so many systems we are going to see, which may be large system, which may be small system, are composed of subsystems or components, which are dynamically connected. The systems are changing time to time with each other to exhibit that complex behavior. If we are connecting two components, we are coupling two components, what is happening? The system will exhibit sometimes complex behavior. That's why these systems are component, maybe living beings such as humans as a system. Human is in a what you call a precise system, what is God-made, what you call a God-made system. Humans, dogs, and elephants, these are all what I am going to say, these are all God-made systems. It is working precisely these systems. These what you call living beings. When you go for our mechanical entities such as motor cars, bicycles, and aeroplanes, and these are all for example what I am going to say, these are all human-made systems. But the properties of these, whether it is in a God-made systems or human-made systems, these are all same what I am going to say. Now, what are the types of the systems? What is the system science? is nothing but it is a study of dynamic behavior of the systems. This is what we are going to call system science. Whether it is in electrical engineering, whether it is electronics engineering, whether it is computer science engineering, mechanical. That means study of the dynamic behavior of any system we are going to call nowadays, it is a system science. The system science mainly based on the interaction of its components, how these subcomponents, subparts, subsystems are interacting with each other. Their interactions with that each system, the subcomponents, depend upon the interactions, what you call, the whole system will behave. Ultimately, the system will behave in a dynamic fashion. There are many different types of systems that exist in the world. Justly what you are going to say, commonalities can be found between all of them in regard to the way they behave. I am already told living beings and as well as what you call engineering systems or engineered system or mechanical system, whatever it may be. However, they may be classified in the way how they will build or how to come into the existence, how their control mechanism is functioning. You see, human as in a system. Several parts are there in human. There is a control mechanism. There are no, what you call in the human system, it is an underactivated system. The controllers are only single controller is there. There is no each subpart, the hand is there, leg is there, brain is there, and so many sub-organs, subparts are there. But what we are going to, we are not keeping a variety of controllers in each part. What you call living being is controlled with a single controller. This is what I am going to say. And connected with a single controller. That controller designed by the what you are going to call the God. We don't know whether God is there or not. Okay, I am coming back to my system. Systems are generally classified two things, mainly centralized and rigid systems, decentralized and evolutionary systems. Decentralized and I don't want to go in that direction. That is embedded control, what you are going to call. Centralized and rigid control, distinct control of mechanics, what you are called. These are two different things. These two different things, we are going for the entire whole, that entire world. These are the systems what I am going to classify. First one is engineered systems, and second one is in a political system, economics as in a system, institutions are in a system, social groups are a system, and natural livings are in a system, what I am going to say. My concentration is on engineering systems, engineered systems, not all these remaining things. That different departments, different people are studying all these systems. Someone may study human beings, someone may study animals, someone may study plants and trees, someone may study regarding the bacteria. Nowadays, what we are facing, virology department studying the bacteria. On non-living system also, we are going to study this is the living system. Non-living system is in a solar system, oceans, atmosphere, climate. These are all coming under the non-living systems. Because we are dependent on these non-linear systems. There is a balance is required, then only we are going to survive. Everyone will know. Some people may study the dynamic behavior of these non-living systems. Solar system. Solar system is a dynamical system. It is a non-linear system. Ocean is a non-linear system. Till now we don't know how ocean will behave. Till now we don't know atmospheric system. We are not what you call model exactly that atmospheric behavior, complex behavior, dynamic behavior, climate behavior also we are not at model till now. What I am going to say. When you come into the social system, so nation is in a social, tribes as in a social, our communities as in a social, clubs, association, friends, families. These are what we are going to call social system. We are going to take each one person, human being. That means that suppose you see in our family, suppose 3-4 people are there, 5 people are there, maximum 5 people are there. What we are going to observe? 5 people are having 5 ways of thoughts, 5 different things, 5 ways of thinking. Maybe sometimes correlate, may not correlate sometimes. This is what we are going to. This is the social system what we are going to call. But when controller will be there, it will control the entire system for the social system also. This is what I am going to say. This is what I am observed. When you are coming to the political system, governments are in a political system. These what you are called. These government systems are coming under the category of political system. Okay, local and national economics coming under the economical system, economical bodies. That what you are going to call business, banks, schools, universities. These are all coming under the what you are call institutional systems. But these are all coming under only one controller will be there. You see it, but it is controlling by one controller, not multi controllers. If multi-controllers are there for that subsystem, what I am going to say? I am not going in the direction. I want to see these. Our topic is engineered and mechanical systems. A mechanical system we know very well: automobile, aircraft, robot, ships. When you are going for the industry, chemical plants, drug production, food processing, these are all coming under industrial systems. Utilities, electric power plant, water supply, telephone system, these are all coming under utility system. When you are coming to these electronic and electrical system, computers, wireless receiver, television, these are all coming all what you are going to call electrical and electronic system. Now my question is, I want to go for these engineer behavior of the engineered systems. We want to know the design the controller for this engineered system. This is as an what you call a teacher or as an what you call researcher, whatever. We have to know this one. There are industrial systems such as this what I told already: oil refineries, plants, food and drug manufacturing, automobile, textiles. There are electromechanical systems that such as ships. This is what I told already. All these are man-made systems, may be lumped together as an engineered systems. This is what we are going to call. For their proper working, they all are need a control mechanisms that are generally distinct from their functional parts. These controllers may be mechanical controllers, electronic controllers, electromechanical controllers, or a manual controllers or human as a controller. Whatever it may be, combination of human or human controller also there. That's why it is very important to recognize that the controllers that control the behavior of this engineered system, usually we are going to call distinct entities. In our control system, we are going to call it in a subsystem. These distinct entities we are going to call as a subsystems. That's why when you go for, I want to know, these systems are standardized by the IEEE and as well as IFSC. Why? Because the International Federation of Automatic Control, along with the cooperation of IEEE Control System Society, they are standardized the benchmark problem for the control system design, engineered system design. Whether it is mechanical system design, whether it is electrical system design, electronic system design, what they are going to say. These are all are ultimately what is we are making some product today. Today product is, tomorrow it is a sub product in another one more system. Okay, suppose we are making some apps in our mobile. These all apps are subsystems of our mobile, our computer. Okay, that means the motivation for carrying such a study is that it was believed by the IFSC that it would be useful to have a collection of standard problems for comparing the benefits of new or existing control system design tools. That means at present, every new design method is applied to some ad hoc example. Up to 1990, this is what I am going to say, up to 1990, everyone designing controller, everyone testing on their own example, one own ad hoc example. Some linear system they are testing, they are saying this controller performance is good. Up to 1990, this trend is going on. But after 1990, the trend is changed. Any new controller we are going to design, or any control we are going to design, you have to test on this standardized system. Like as an electrical people, I think so, we know very well. IEEE 24 bus standard system, 32 bus, like that we are going to see different bus systems for the power system engineering. We are going to test them. On those systems only what we are going to our findings. We can't go test on our local what you call bus bars. That's why, and it is difficult to determine a meaningful comparison, to get the meaningful comparison between the existing techniques instead of testing on ad hoc examples, ad hoc problems, ad hoc system. They are standardized systems. That's why they are collected a benchmark problems are modeled from the real world, and the problems are these problems what they are going to take in. These are all are multivariable with structured uncertainties as well as constraints of various types associated with their inputs or outputs of the system. Now I am coming to this. I am what they are segregated. I am segregated in this table form under 4 categories: benchmark control systems. One is under the control of process control, servo control, aero control, mechanical system. Total what they are going to take in 12 systems they are taken. They are standardized. I am given reference. This may what you call information is available in these references. Jonathan Howe also written benchmark and IEEE control system marks in 2015. In 1999, Davison is benchmark problems for the control system design. A report, it is available with the IFAC theory committee. It is available in 1990. In IEEE website is also it is available. Okay, in these 4 categories, there these 12 systems, they are going to categorize under these 4 categories.
Sir, sorry for interrupting, sir. Sir, slides are not moving, sir.
Slides are not moving.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Now moving, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Okay. Actually, I am going on presenting mode.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Can I go in presenting mode or
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Presenting mode, sir. That's good.
There are 3 varieties of the benchmark control systems. 4 varieties we are segregated these 12 systems. They are given 12 systems, but we are segregated these 12 systems in different categories. That is in a process control category, servo control category, aero control category, and as well as a mechanical system control category. If we are designing an A controller, you have to test on these systems. On these systems, your controller is working, your controller is validated, your controller is tested. Then only the performance of the controller is good. Otherwise, we can't test a controller on 1 by s square plus 1 or s square minus 2s plus 1 or 1 by s square plus 2s plus 1. We can't test on such type of systems. You have to test a system on a dynamical system. These are all coming under dynamical system. For example, process control, binary distillation column is there, a drum boiler system. These mathematical modeling is available. Mathematical equations are available in this EGA Davidson report, benchmark problems for the control system design. A report in this. These are all available. I am not showing all these things. When you go for the shell control, cold rolling mill, these are all coming under the process control with higher order degree of the things. The differential equation is in a higher order degree containing with the non-linearities. When you are coming, they are coming to that under the servo control head. They are taken 2 systems: control of missile or autopilot mode of your aeroplane. The missile will be there. After some time, it will go on the autopilot mode. When you are going to fire the missile, after that, what is happening? It will go on autopilot mode without required of the pilot. At the time of firing, only pilot is required. And you are going to traveling on the aeroplane. You know very well. When at the time, the role of the pilot is, the role of the human intervention is when the pilot is landing, when the aeroplane is landing, when the aeroplane is take off. At these 2 instants only, take off and landing, the human intervention is required. Remaining things, there is no need of human intervention. The aeroplane is under autopilot mode. A pilot also will watch it, what it is going on. He will keep it in the autopilot mode. There is a PID controller inside that. The PID controllers, according to that sensors are there. They are going to predicting that atmospheric dynamic conditions. Accordingly, you are missile, either missile or what you are going to call aeroplane. These are all what you are going to say it is controlled autopilot mode. Another one more lower order controller for higher order plants. Our aim is the servo controller to design the lower order controller to control the higher order plants. Example I will give at our home. Sometimes we are a higher order plant. As in family head is a higher order plant. But sometimes what is happening? Our children is controlling us. Their order is very low, but they are controlling us. This is the example what I am going to give. Okay, lower order controller for higher order plants. The third category, aero control. Aero control, hydraulic positioning system, control surface problem for an underwater vehicle problem. Underwater problem. This is aero control what they are going to classify. Coming to that, mechanical systems. Mechanical system, cart pendulum system, one of the category what they are going to design, and regulation of the ship heading What this is also coming under the mechanical system control. Another one more automatic track control of city bus. That system also they are modern. Intelligent transportation system, we are using track control of the city bus system, transportation system. Now they are using automatic track control of city bus. Robotic system problem. Robotic, you know very well, human robots. Human robots are underacted robots. Only single controller is there. You take for example, when our robotic arm, what is the degree of the freedom of the robotic arm? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The maximum available, the degree of the freedom, it is 6 times the human, what you are going to call this human hand, robotic arm is going to work it. Pick and choose, pick and place of the objects. We are going to pick something, we are going to place something. Okay, that means robotic system problem also, their robotic arm also they are going to consider as a mechanical system. But here only one controller is there. Not here one motor, here one motor, here one motor, here. There is no 6 motors here. Only single motor is there. Single actuator is there. Single controller is there. This system what we are going to call underacted system. Now my slides are moving.
Yes, sir, moving, sir.
Okay. Now why underacted systems? Why you are going? I am already told it is an underacted system. Why underacted system? Because underacted system have these are the benefits. It will reduces the weight, reduction of the propensity to break down, reduction in energy consumption, reduction in chances of actuators at failures, reduction in control cost. These are the advantages are there for the underacted system. Suppose if we are keeping 6 motors here for the robotic arm, 6 actuators we are going to keep for the movement. So suppose I am going to make a robotic arm now. We are going to make a robotic arm. 6 actuators are required. For 6 actuators, 6 controllers are there. In these 6 controllers, there is a chance of actuator failure. If one actuator fails, it can't move for a further also. And now what is happening? 6 controllers are required. That means the cost of the control is also very huge. That's why it's not possible. That's why we are going for underacted system, because God is manufactured underacted systems. Underacted, degree of the freedom is lower. Degree of the freedom is lower. That's why what I told, I am already told, higher order plant with lower order control. The lower order control is lesser, but plant controlling is very higher. This is what we are going to say. Now in this regard, I am going to take my inverted pendulum. I am going to take as one of the system. We are going to test in our laboratories for different controllers. We are going to design for this. Here I am going to take a Carter pendulum system. Carter pendulum system is an underacted system. Generally, these are the basics of these Carter pendulum system. It is in a non-linear system, unstable system, and also non-minimum phase system. Because the system have right hand plane, right hand S-plane, poles and zeros in close vicinity to each other. That's why what we are going to have poles and zeros we are plotted. After plotting, we are going to know it is a non-minimum phase system. That means it have all S-plane right hand side, poles and zeros in a close vicinity to each other. Now the system has 2 states. One is a stable state, that is a down position, and another one was unstable state, that is in an up position. There is in a card, I will show you that one. 2 things are there. One is the down position stable, but if cart is moving, even it is unstable, the pendulum. But there is no fixing part for the cart and as well as what I am going to say, pendulum. It is freely moving pendulum. Just a cart will be there. We are going to keep a pendulum. That means there are 2 states are there. One is the stable state, unstable state. Suppose I am asking, generally I am going to try at my childhood, I don't know what we are going to play at our home. We are keeping something on our palm, some vertical object, we are going to try to walk it. It is automatically fell down from your palm. Are you observed or not? Suppose you are keeping in what you call a broom, or what you are going to call in Hindi. I think majority will know Hindi. Jadu. If you are keeping jadu on your palm, you try to walk it, it will fall down. This is an unstable state, what I am going to call. It is an upright position, what I am going to say. Suppose you are going to keep like this, touch it like this, it is in a stable state. That means here, 4 state variables we are going to design for, we are going to observe for this cart pendulum system. One is the cart position, cart velocity, cart is moving with some velocity, and second one, what is pendulum angular velocity and pendulum angle. These are the 4 state variables what you are going to find with this cart pendulum system. But the input is single input from, we are giving the force only to the cart. By giving the force to the cart, we are controlling the pendulum also. We are not giving a force to the pendulum. Suppose when you are going for the circus, there are two, when my childhood I am watching a circus. In the circus, the circus girl will be there. She is going to walking on a thread. By taking what you are called in a some what you call lakdi. Agreed or not? She is going to walk on a thread. She may not fall down. In our circus system, are you observed or not? When you are in our childhood, we are going to say they are walking. Stably they are walking. She is balancing with the weight of that what you are going to call that wood. She is balancing her weight. She is walking on a. That means it is nothing. It is equivalent to what I am going to call. There is a movement. There is her velocity as well as the pendulum angular velocity. Both she is what you call managing in the circus. That's why the examples such as for example for this basic cart pendulum system is in a mimic the mainly rocket guidance system, gantry crane system, biomechanical vehicle system based on the bipedal walking. Nowadays, what is happening? Some bipedal 2 wheels will be there. We are going to walk on that what you call biomechanic vehicle. Bipedal walking, what you are going to call wheel balancing motion system, robot system. These are robot walking is also coming under the category of what you call a inverted pendulum system. That's why they are designed what you call they are standardized this system with a higher order degree. They are what you call they are giving the 4 state variables in that report. What I am going to say now. There are different varieties of pendulum systems are available nowadays in the market. One is inverter pendulum system. Suppose the pendulum is up, this is upright position, pendulum is down, we are going to call it in a gantry crane. Another one more, what I am going to, is it visible? Types of pendulums. Hello?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Second one is a rotational single arm pendulum. Third one is a rotational double link pendulum, double inverted pendulum. A cart will be there, double and parallel type dual inverted pendulum, triple inverted pendulum, like that. Several varieties are available nowadays, standard systems. Okay, you can see it. I don't want to go in that manner. What we are having, we will see from that only. This is the free body diagram of a gantry crane system. You see, force I am given only for the cart, not for the pendulum. You see this free body diagram of this mechanical system. Here, ultimately, force I am going to give from where we will get one servo mechanism, one servo motor will be there to give the force for this cart. Then this pendulum is what you are going to say. This pendulum is a freely moving pendulum. Okay, that means there is a wheel will be there. This system, the cart is moving with what you call some belt will be there. The belt will be there. The cart is moving on these railings. There are railings will be there. In between these some length, the cart will move. The free movement of the angle of the pendulum, free moving angle pendulum, some angle will be there. Ultimately, we are going to control what you call the force supplied by this cart pendulum is from the DC servo motor. Ultimately, DC servo motor, I have to control it by using a PID control. But the PID control have some problems. Okay, you see, the cart mass is M, pendulum mass is I am represented with some M, small m, and gravitational force what you are going to take care, and as well as the B is in frictional coefficient, and as well as the force x direction and downward is in y direction. This is what we are going to take in the middle of that pendulum. Middle of this is the middle one what I am going to take care. Okay, here this side or that side, that the angle is in a theta. If it is in a, actually you see upright is in a 180 degrees up. Either right direction it will up, either left direction it will up. That is one of the problem we have tested our benchmark system. Now, these are the system parameters. The force maximum available to the cart is plus or minus that direction, this direction, 24 newtons are required. And cart position from the reference is the maximum is, there is in the middle one is reference, what I am going to take in, you see. This is in a 0.5 meter, this is in a 0.5 meter. The total length the cart will move in a 1 meter, what we are going to take in, plus or minus 0.5 meter. And a pendulum angle with respect to vertical axis is 0.1 radian, and the gravitational force you know very well, 9.81 meter per second square, and as well as length of the pole is 0.38 meter we are set. Here the flexibility is there to change the length of the pole, to change the mass of the pole, pendulum, and as well as to change the mass of the cart also. That flexibility is in our hand. That M is the cart mass, that is the cart mass we are going to take in 2.4 kg. That you can change it, that mass. But cart mass you can't change it. You can change a pole mass in our what you call in our laboratory model what we are having. Pole mass, pendulum mass you can change it. This I am going to take in, that is 2.4 kg cart mass. Pole mass what they are given it is 0.23 kg, and the moment of inertia of the pole is 0.09 kg meter square, and the friction coefficient B 0.05 Newton second per meter, and the pendulum damping coefficient is 0.05 seconds per radians. This is the system parameters what you are having, what you are taken. Okay, this is the mathematical modeling equation, approximated equation. After that, by using Lagrangian, we are making these equations. Is it visible, sir? Sir, is it visible? Hello? It is visible to me.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir. Visible, sir. Visible, sir.
These are the what you call two equations we are obtained for the system from the Lagrangian, and here we are going to take in theta is equal to 0 down. Then we are approximated the theta is equal to sin theta is equal to approximated value theta, cos theta is equal to 1. That means theta dot square, acceleration square we are going to taking as 0. After linearizing, these are the equations what we are going to get. Now what I am going to say, you see, two forces, just as I am applying some force ut, this is the control signal what I am going to call, as well as the gravitational force are employed to operate the projected system. The position of the cart, what I am going to say, at a particular instant, the position of the cart is x of t, because it is moving x distance at a particular with respect to time, as well as the pendulum angle also theta of t, what I am going to take up for showing output variable to the controlling of 2 degrees of freedom, what I am going to show that free body diagram. Because you see here only x of t could be directly controlled by an external applied signal. Cart position only directly controlled by the signal u of t. But you see the theta t, it is remain unaccutated. Pendulum, there is no accutator for the pendulum. There is no motor for the pendulum. Ultimately, only single motor is there. Single motor. This is what I am going to show. Here there is a motor. You see, this is the motor. This is the motor. Only single motor. For the pendulum, there is no motor. It is a free, what you call, hanging pendulum. It will freely move up and down. Is what I am going to say to you. Okay. That means here you see, but we are given force to the cart only. Force to the cart only. That means the cart position x of t is directly controlled by an external applied signal. That what I am going to take in u of t, but theta t, it is remains unaccutated. This system could be considered as an underaccutated system. That's why I am going to call this system as an underaccutated system. Totally, outwardly employed force will be adjusted by combining the energies of the cart mass acceleration force as well as the corresponding x direction pendulum acceleration force, which are represented by this equation. Ultimately, I am derived this equation u is equal to this equation 3 m d square by d square d square by dt square of x, m d square by dt square of x m and u. That means you see the corresponding movement of the pendulum mass and the direction of pendulum mass of x direction and as well as y direction. It will be, I am going to take in as a two things. One is L sin phi, L sin theta, and another one more is L cos theta. Two directions we are going to take in. By replacing these parameters, what we are going to supplementary, this is the simplified equations. These are the equations what we are going to simplify. That means, you see, the Stark steadiness equation of the arrangement can be derived with the help of a resulting product of that y section of a force as well as the impact of the pendulum length and the torque on the pendulum and pendulum mass due to the acceleration and the torque of the gravitational force. These are the things what you are going to, after deriving, what you call, after substituting those values, I am going to get these some transfer function for the cot I am derived. Transfer function for the pendulum also I am derived. You see the equation 11 and 12, it will give, after substituting those equations, this is the transfer function model what you are going to get ultimately in the S domain. Now my question is, how to control it? This is the cot envelope pendulum system. This is what we are going to, what we are having. This is the what to call a system. Here you see, we are giving a position reference for the gain value, angle reference gain value, there is a position error, and there is a controller. Controller is only one, not this what I told. Lower order controller for a higher order system. Then the error will be position error, cart position error will be there, angle error we are going to find from this, and here there is a cart pulley servo mechanism system will be there, and we are externally possible to give that what to call disturbances. I am creating externally disturbances to the pendulum and as well as the cart. Okay, this is the pendulum system what you are going to take in. Here two disturbances I am going to give, disturbances on the cart, disturbances on the pendulum. Two things I am going to, then after that I am ultimately I want to control the pendulum angle by changing the force applied. By changing the force applied. Ultimately I want to change, I want to make the pendulum down steadily or pendulum up steadily. This is what pendulum either up or down. This is what I want to maintain by giving the force to the cart. Okay, now you see, these are the steps involved in this upright position or inverted. Pendulum should be inverted, pendulum up means inverted, pendulum down means it is a gantric. Now we have to model it simulation we are going to do. I don't want to go simulation because they are already did. That's why we have a model in our laboratory, several benchmark, all benchmark, majority benchmark system we are already procured in our laboratory. Our people are working on these systems to design, to testing different controllers. Now we are going in a different direction of we are going to model the controller within our chips. Passive controllers, these active controllers we are going to design now within a what you call amplification chip. That electronic part also we are going to do now to test on our unmanned air vehicles. That research work is going on. Now modeling of the system, any system, analyzing the uncompensated system response. After that, we have to go for the design the controller and test it on the MATLAB. This is what you call, our system is a MATLAB based. You have to make a controller in the MATLAB. It is a mathematical controller. I am not actually, we are not gone for the hardware controller. System is in a hardware. Your controller is in a mathematical through MATLAB. Then after that, tuning and verification will be there on this controller. Testing, tuning and verification of the controller performance is what we are going to do. After designing the controller, after that we will analyze the compensated system. The system performance we are going to analyze whether our controller is work perfectly or not. We are going to validate it. After that, implementing the controller on the physical system. This is the general four, what you call, 5 phases are there to test any controller on any type of system. Okay. Now there are what you call stabilizing the two types of things are there. One is sequential controlling and another one is single step controlling. What we are going to see. Then now I will go for sequential control. Sequential control having a swing up phase, up phase, stabilization of the card and switching control. These 3 phases are required to go. In the swing up phase, we have to give when a cart moves in a horizontal direction. Then if the cart is moving in the horizontal moving cart, but your pendulum should be up. The pendulum should be up. This is a rocket guidance system. You see in the war field, suppose when you go for this Pakistan border, Punjab border or Rajasthan border, and you are going to see there is a rocket launching guiding systems are there on your 4-wheel. On your 4-wheel, that what you call movement will be there on the truck. On that there is a guiding system, rocket guiding system. Rocket guidance, that pole will move. It is always targeting where that what you call unidentified objects are coming. It is always watching. It is always watching Whenever it will be there, unidentified object will come, it automatically, the rocket will be gone and it will be fired. Missile system, what I am going to say? That unidentified object will be fired without permission, it will enter into that Indian land. This is the thing what you are going to observe in our Pakistan border. Okay, so whatever it may be. And dedicated controller is also required for this up phase as well as the down phase, whatever it may be. Stabilizing phase. After that, if it will go up, we are required to stabilize the controller. Exactly. Suppose it will going to target one unidentified object. Suppose some aeroplane is entering into that Indian field. Then what will happen? We want to fire it. That is a moving object. Your pendulum is moving on the cart. Cart is also moving to target that one. Then on a particular instant it will target it is fired, then it will fall down. After that, what is happening? After that, this pendulum exactly will be stabilizing few seconds, then it will fire. This is what I am going to say. This is a stabilizing phase. That's why there is a dedicated control is also required to stabilize the pendulum in upright position or a downright position. It is an unstable stage. It is moving like this. I want to stabilize it. Then another one more, switching control. This switching control having mainly three things are there. This phase will take care of the making of the decision for the switching between swing up phase and stabilization phase. This is switching phase. Then after that one, you have to go for that, what you call switching phase. Switching, either it will go up, after going up, there is a movement will be there, the pendulum. I want to stabilize it, this phase. After that, hard switching and soft switching. There are two varieties of switchings are there. One is hard switching and soft switching, and another one more is that is parameters for the decision. How to decision it? The parameters for the decisions are pendulum angle near to the upright position. At that instant, I will switch. Stabilization phase, switching, and pendulum angle and velocity. These two things I have to consider it. What is the energy difference? What is the force difference? What I am applying? After that, what I am going to do? Energy case strategy. That is, energy is a function of function for switching up and potential function for the stabilization. The energy required, some energy is required to stabilize the pendulum up. Okay. Now, in this, another one more, what I am going to, I am already told, there is a single step control. There is a single step control. Generally, what is happening? Accurate for what you call in the single step control, we are doing this one only now. The single step control only we are doing. After this one, we are required to go for the single step control. Accurate tuning of the controller parameters to ensure a desired system behavior is required, ID required. Here we are using, that's why what is happening? Generally, we are using a PID controller. PID controller is a common controller and good controller. It will work very perfectly as compared to other things. Nowadays, what you are going to say? I asked recently, a few years back, I gone for a training at Indian Institute of Space and what you call space. ISRO, I have gone there. I asked, we want to design a controller. Nowadays, we are going to see a neural controller, fuzzy controller, several controllers we are going to. I asked, suppose, I asked one scientist, why won't you use this instead of PID controller? Why won't you use this controller? I asked. When rocket launching also, they are using only PID control. Controller is PID control only. They are not gone for these, what you call neural controllers, all these controllers, they are not gone. That's he told, one scientist is told to me. What he is told to me? Suppose you are sending your son to the space. You are always taking your care of your son. He will come back exactly. That's why we won't use these controllers. I can't believe this controller. These neural controller, fuzzy controller, whether it will work or not, we don't know. But the PID controllers were a simple and a common controller, generally we are going to use it. It is a three-term PID controller. It will relate to the magnitude of the current error and integral error, that is the history of the error, that is what you are going to call. Three terms are there here in this controller. It is related to the magnitude of the current error, present error, and as well as the history, the pre-history of the error. History of the error we are going to call integral. There are three phases are there in life. In English also we are going to study three. What is that? Present, future, and past. In English, I remember my English teacher. He is always saying three phases. He always say three things, three tenses are there like the present tense, past tense, future tense like that. Even at the time I can't understand. Now I can understand very well. This is what there are three things will be there. That is the magnitude of the current error, that is the present. Then history of the error, that is integral. And the third one, what I am going to call, it is a current direction of the error. That is what you are going to call derivative term. Three terms are there: proportional, integral, and derivative. The proportional is a current error, history of the error, that is integral error, and the third one, what I am going to call current direction of the error, that is a derivative. Okay. Now that integral component is necessary to remove generally offset, but it can be what you call destabilization of a closed loop. While this may be countered by an adding of the derivative action, noise and abrupt what you call set point changes may be cause some problems. That's why commercial PID controllers usually add a small time constant to the derivative component to make it physically realizable, and often only differentiate the process output rather than the error. But these many industrial PID controllers are problem with the PID controllers are tuning. Many PID controllers are poorly tuned. Very poor tuning techniques are there, because the error, what you call these values in this range, particular range will be there. Okay, according to system, we are desiring controller, we are desiring the force value. In that, at particular time is changing, how to take the value according to the disturbance. External disturbance will be there. Suppose the aeroplane is going flying, then atmospheric conditions are changed. Accordingly, aeroplane is required to change the conditions. That what is the force of the aeroplane have to change according to that external disturbances. But the problem is this PID in aeroplane also only PID control this. I am always saying there is nothing. Only controllers are industrial PID controllers are in aeroplane. That is what simply the pilot will take rest after takeoff. His duty will be there during the landing only. In autopilot mode, this PID controller will take care of that healthiness of your what you call Boeing system. This is what I am going to say. That's why it is a poorly tuned. Tuning is a problem. Tuning is uneconomical. It will take time to tune this controller. Tuning of the controllers can be difficult, and also it is a time-consuming process. There is no correct fail-safe idiot-proof procedure for the tuning technique. To know the values among these two things, there is no correct, fail-safe, idiot-proof procedure. I am going to say this is an idiot-proof procedure. Fail, that's why correct fail, no, correct fail, safe, idiot, proof procedure. This is what I am going to tuning is very difficult. That's why the single experiment in a closed loop is the safest way to tune a critical loop. Although the calculations required are slightly more complicated than the traditional method, there are several traditional methods are available, and the design for the process that approximate first order system with time delay. The tuning parameters obtained by all these methods should only be used as a starting estimates. That means the fine tuning of the tuning parameters is the best done by a trial and error method. Generally, what you are going to use, and actually now I am going to show. Now actually you see here, trial and error parametric tuning may work for some cases, but certainly not the efficient method. Soft computing methods to improve the parametric tuning. That's why we are going for the soft computing methods for the tuning of these PID controller. The holistic way approach will be tune the parameters including swing up and swing down parameters simultaneously. The parameter tuning on one step of optimization technique, we are using evaluation algorithm, particle swarm optimization, genetic algorithm, different variant of genetic algorithm. We are already tested. Anti-colony optimization, we are tested. Gray wolf also we are tested, and water cycle algorithm. These are all our bio-inspired algorithms. We are going to use these algorithms to know the parameters of these three terms. The three terms are current error, history of the error, and as well as current direction of the error. That is the derivative part. I have to know the present value according to the time of that controller. Is it audible, sir? Only one way? Okay.
Audible, sir. Audible.
I will go for the control approach. The control approach is there are several varieties are there for swing up or swing down, novel sliding mode. In the literature, we are going to find all these varieties. This is what I am going to state it here. Novel sliding mode control, bang control approach, integral backstepping sliding mode controller, potential well strategy, fuzzy algorithm, 2-parameter strategy based on Lyapunov, energy shaping law, more robust energy control method, nonlinear state predictor scheme, total energy based strategy using positivity properties, energy based, like that. Several methods are it is available for the swing up or swing down, whatever it may be, for the pendulum control, indirect control. But the stabilization we are going to use mainly novel sliding mode control, partial linearization control. These are what you call reported in the literature. Linear quadratic regulator, integral backstepping sliding mode controller, linear PID controller, fractional order PID controller, integer order PID controller combined with LQR, methods based on control layer Lagrangian, nonlinear PID controller, Ackermann's pole placement formula, feedback based on smooth and continuous control action. These are all reported. The work is going on and combination of all these things for the stabilization of the system. Here I am going to present two things. That is my topic is linear PID controller and non-linear PID controllers. Controller is also linear. Controller is also non-linear. What is the difference between linear and non-linear? We know very well. Y is equal to mx, that is linear. Y is equal to mx plus c. This c term itself gives the nonlinearity according to our mathematics. At my 8th class, I am unable to understand y is equal to mx. What is this? I can't understand. Now I can understand. Now you see, this is the swing up or swing down model. Swing up model, what we are going to take it. This system, that is the voltage from the swinging and stabilization control. We are using the voltage, some voltage control of our DC servo motor. That is only gives some force, some torque it will give it to the card. The card pendulum model is there. There are two things are there. One is the position I am going to display, angle I am going to display. It the controller will be go swing up or swing down, whatever it may be, but it should be stabilized. After that, we are using a controller here to stabilization or swing up zone. By select switch also there between the, I will see the card can't go in other directions. That's why there is a select switch also there, whatever it may be. The angle control will be there. There is a set point. After that stabilization phase, there is angle controller is also there. I am going to represent it with yellow color, and position controller is also there. Position control. When I go for this, what you call swinging down, gantry can control, what you are going to call cart pendulum model. The same, but it is in a down position. The two controllers, what you are going, one controller for the cart, one controller for the pendulum we are using. Okay, it is a multi-loop control. What I am going to say now with the feedback control. Now I am already told PID controller. There 3 terms are there always. Okay, you see this PID controller. This is linear PID. What I am going to say, there is E of t, which is the difference between the desired output and the real-time output, and the process is according to the equation U of t is equal. This is the equation everyone will know. Here the Kp. Now I want to find this. The problem of the tuning is to know the values of the Kp, Ki, Kd. This is the problem. This is the TDS. The Kp increasing the proportional gain and increases the speed of the control system response. Integral term Ki, the effect is to drive the steady state error to 0. Kd affects the increasing the stability of the system. It will reducing the overshoot. Differential term. This is the what a current direction of the error. Kd term is the what I am going to call. It is the current direction of the error. The current direction of the error, it will increase the stability of the system, but reducing the overshoot. Okay, it is also reducing the overshoot. Now this is what you are going to design in our MATLAB. This is the controller. What you are going to do, linear PID controller. It is just a linear term. What you are going to take in. What you call. Here Kp, Ki, Kd are the 3 terms of the integral, proportional, integral and derivative gains. I want to find the gains only for time to time. This will use the total control signal U of t. The proportional term leads to the increase in the speed of the system response, but in case it is increased only up to certain limit, varying system to system response, varying system to system. But a further increase, it will lead to oscillations of the variable being processed. The major steady state error reducing term in this equation is integral term. That's why the derivative term also results the decrease of the output variable if the error is increasing, and minimization of the oscillations is what you are going to say. This is a MATLAB model what you are going to design. Okay. Now I will go further is non-linear PID controller. The linear PID controllers are widely used controllers for a control systems due to the simple structure, efficacy, and easy tuning. Linear PID controller tuning is very easy. But however, the linear PID controllers are not sufficient or insufficient on controlling the systems, which are the system is a non-linear, long time delaying system. Strong cross coupling will be there. You see, between the what you call between the cart and pendulum, there is a cross coupling will be there. There is a strong cross coupling will be there. If the systems are, it is a non-linear system because friction coefficient will be there. Air viscosity will be there. It is a non-linear system, no doubt. And the delay will be there, long time delaying for the stabilizing up or stabilizing down. And also there is a what you call soft coupling will strong cross coupling will be there between the cart and pendulum. That's why in a high performance system, control these controller system control, these controllers are compromised. System response with respect to speed and stability. These linear PID controllers are compromising with respect to system response with respect to speed and stability. Speed and stability of these linear PIDs are compromised. But in comparison to linear PID controller, the non-linear PID controller, and is proposed this non-linear PID controller, it will offer an additional degree of freedom with much improved system performance. This non-linear PID controller, this is the what we are going to take in a system structure. Here E is error signal and delta describes the linear range. Delta describes the linear range. Delta describes the linear range, and here we are going to take in the function f. The function f can be accommodated a greater range of nonlinear characteristics, which is determined by alpha. Okay, this is the mathematics behind this nonlinear PID controller. We are going to take in a signal function. The control is, you see, at u of t is equal to kp, the function of E, alpha and delta. Here the function alpha, delta and E denotes the rate of error feedback to compensate the nonlinearity of the system. The value alpha is taken in the range of 0 to 1. You see, this is the value what you are going to take in, and the system need to have a lower gain when the error is high and vice versa. Okay, can I take a 5 minutes gap now? Hello? Sir?
Yes, sir. Sure,
Can
sir.
I
Sure,
take
sir.
2 minutes gap?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
I will
Sure, sir,
continue.
sure, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So, dear participants, attendance link is I have posted in comment box. So, please fill the attendance.
This is the nonlinear PID controller what we are used. This one what we are designed from the mathematics of that Hen PAP1 Hen is there. Professor Hen is designed this controller. We are utilize this one, and also we are used to limit the output of the correction signal provided by the controller. It is meant to protect the cart from attaining very high velocities and may cause damage. Also, we are using some hyperbolic tangent function in that in the range of -1 and 1, but he is proposed 0, 1. We are changed that one to 1 minus and 1. We are used that one, but we are succeeded in this. You see, this is the setup I am already told. It is available. This is also I am already told. These are the equation, and these ultimately what you are reduced order what you are going to take in. This is the equation I am already shown. This is in a single input, multi output. Input is single, output is multi. That is one cart position and a pendulum angle. This is what we are going to see. This is the theta what I am going to say. Now it is in a SIMO. Okay, after that we are derived this mathematical equation. But the problem is the multi-loop LPAD and multi-loop NLPAD. This design is somewhat difficult. Mathematically you can design it for effective minimization of the swing angle, either up or down. Up is very difficult as compared to down, because it will have to go with on one, it will go up. It will take so much delay. This is the cart inverted pendulum system, 2 loop PID control strategy what we are adapted. These 2 PIDs C1 and C2 what we are adapted, and we are going to take I am already shown as a reference 0, 0 what we are taken. Voltage control only we are going to take these are the transfer functions, and this is the internal diagram of the PID controller what we are designed. Here in this PID controller within a D-part filter what we are going to take there are 2 PIDs, one red color, one green color what we are going to show. Inside that mathematical things are there. Turing and everything, the set of values, everything will be, we are going to implant it inside this one. I am not showing this one. Inside that one, I am not open the MATLAB diagram. This is what we are going to take. Now, this is the model what you are going to stabilizing controller. There is a PCI lab board will be there, encoder will be there, and 2 PCI cards are there. What you call feedback DUO will be there, encoder will be there, and stabilizing controllers it will be there. This side system will be there. The system will be, hardware model of the system will be connected with these what you call data acquisition PCI 1711 PCI board what we are using. 2 PCI boards we are using to know the to connect with the cart position and as well as pendulum angle. Feedback DAC card we are using to take to connect our controller, designed mathematical controller with the real-time system. Okay, this is the diagram what we are using. You see, generally the controller maintains the voltage between the plus or plus 24 volts DC servo motor in the real-time experiment. We are taken, we are purchased, we are undertaken several benchmark system. We are purchased feedback instruments, made digital control pendulum model. The gain values for angle and cart control were tuned manually. Trial and error method for 100 seconds. After that, we are tuned with the different algorithms. We are tuning now. Our students are working. Now this is the trial and error method what we are going to tune. 2 PID controllers, 1 PID for the cart, 1 PID for the pendulum, and NLPID also we are designed, and these are the values of the KP, KI, KD of this cart and as well as the pendulum what we are going to take. This is trial and error method what we are going to take. You see here this is the performance of the LPI system. The position of the cart it is showing. You see the cart is moving and moving in the vicinity of 0.5 meter that side, 0.5 meter this side. You see it is in a sinusoidally moving that side, this side. You see here the angle, the pendulum angle is also, you see, exactly 180 degrees up. You see exactly 180 degrees. You see these 3 graphs, the graphs what I am going to show to you. And here we are giving some external disturbances for the cart and as well as the pendulum. I am marked with a dotted line. Please see in this. We are marking the dotted line. Here we are giving, ultimately the control signal U of T is changing. Here it is stabilized, giving this much force. Here whenever you see the disturbances what we are given, here some non-linearity will be, the system will behave complex. You see sir, is it visible sir? Hello? Is it visible, audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, visual.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Visible, sir.
Okay, you see the disturbance what we are given, we are tested this one, cart also we are plotted for 100 seconds, we are operated the system as well as the angle also 100 seconds, and the control signal, that force what your energy what you are given, you see the disturbance is what you are given simultaneously, you see at the disturbance side the force value, the control signal force is going to increases, the voltage is increasing, you see it. It is a voltage control what we are going to here. It will take higher value to give that sufficient torque to stabilize the system because we are giving externally some disturbances. Okay, but the same thing what we are going to find for the nonlinear PID controller. But nonlinear PID controller, you see, we are used for the linear PID controller. You see, linear PID controller, it will take lot time to stabilize the system. But the nonlinear PID controller, it will take lesser time to stabilize the system. You see, the disturbances also, we are given the same magnitude of disturbance, but what you are going to observe here, it is very smoother as compared to linear PID controller. You see, our peaks are very high, it will go more point, almost is 0.4. You see here, it is just 0.2 above with the same magnitude of disturbance. You see, that's why nonlinear PID controller exactly better controlling as compared to the linear PID controller. This is what you are going to find. This is the finding. You see, it will go here and unstabilized. The cart is also unstabilizing at this instant. It is more unstabilized. The distance is also, it is going 0.4 meters. It is moving end. But here you see with the same magnitude, we are going to say it is not the controller. You see the controller, you see it is in a 0.2 point something. It is not going, it is stabilized more. You see the force, but you see the difference is it will take more force. You see the force here, you see is 2 volts. Here you see in the nonlinear PID control, it is beyond T 2. You see, it is also taking a lesser energy nonlinear PID controller to control also as compared to linear. This is the finding what you are going to find. These are the values what you are going to, the difference. Ultimately, what I am going to say, the linear PID and nonlinear PID responses to stabilize the pendulum angle against the external disturbances. What you are going to find, it will take the linear PID controller taking 3.09. For the same instant, it is nonlinear PID controller taking time taken to stabilize. It is 2.19 seconds only. Here, 3.75, 2.26. 2.84, 2.23, to 3.28, 2.26 only. It is taken to stabilize the pendulum what you are going to see. Now, this is here the multi-loop LPID, NLPID schemes are designed and validated on the benchmark Gantry-Gain system as well as what you call up also. It is observed that the multi-loop NLPID controller quickly brings the pendulum to the desired position under the external disturbances as compared to the multi-loop LPID controllers. This is what you are finding. Okay, now here I am going for the novel stabilizing nonlinear PID controller with what you are going to call tuning technique. With a bio-inspired algorithms, what you are going to use. This is what I am going to say to you. Here, suppose here I am using it in a, I am already told it is in a SIMO underactivity system. Here we are going to evaluate Gantry-Gain, it is down. Here, bio-inspired algorithm. Suppose, for example, standard PSO what you are taken. Several PSOs we are tested, fully informed PSO, adaptive PSO, like that we have tested several algorithms to know the optimal values of the gain parameters Kp, Ki, Kd. This is what I am going to say. Okay, this is the particle swarm optimization standard algorithm. It is inspired from the natural behavior of that behavior and dynamic movement of the and communication of the insects or communication of the birds and communication of the fish. Depend upon that, the particle swarm optimization algorithm is designed. Everyone will know generally 3 things will be there. It is T towards the center, and these insects are towards the center only. It will go, and it is match a neighbor velocity. That one board will be matching with the neighbor velocity of that side, this side. Accordingly, that velocity will be changed, and also another one more collisions of these two between the two bars is avoided. That is, these are the things what depend upon this one. We are going to design. We are going to the global minimum. That is by giving the communication and learning of different bars. What you are going to take, I am going to take a global minimum value here, whatever it may be. This is the we are going to take our dimension is a d instead of d-dimensional vector. We are going to take a 3-dimensional vector because our gain parameters are 3. That is Kp, Ki, Kd. We are going to take by using this algorithm. In this paper, I am already given codes. If you want anyone, please refer that codes for these this work what we are did, we are given codes directly. Okay, you can see it, the codes, different codes. Okay, now we are using this one. This is the ultimately it is going to first the best value of the best fit value of that what you call these gain parameters. What you are going to find. This is the pseudo code what you are going to use for this standard PSO, and here you see two PID controllers. A nonlinear PID controls implanted and linear PID controls implanted with the depart filter. What you are going to call, we are tested our controllers on the real time system. The first part of the work what we did linearizing the model of the either what you call innovative cart pendulum system and the conventional PID controllers with that what you call random values we are taken, we are tested and to optimize the standard PSO. But once the full construction of the control design is completed, we are gone for the non-linear PID control, and we are it is employed using the fully informed PSO. Also, we are going to use to control to know these values. Okay, this is our test setup. What you are going to see in, we are going to conduct an experiment. You see, ultimately what I am going to, the following values we are going to find for the LPID, NLPID by using a standard PSO. These are the values. One is for the cart, one is for the PID for the pendulum PID, C1 and C2, cart is C1, pendulum is C2, what I am represented. These are the values we are going to find by using the what you call tuning technique, by using your bio-inspired algorithms. We are going to find these values by running in offline, not online. It's not possible online because it is a tedious time to take. That's why we are going to test the system within a offline. By taking the parameters of system, we are going to find at this time, at different times, what is the value, optimal value we are going to get it. Like that, we are going to find after substitute, we are finding these optimal gain parameters, and this is the cost function. What I am going to what you are going to see in for the what you call multi LLP LPID and multi loop LPID and multi loop NLPID. This is the cost function. We are going to take we are iterated your PSO algorithm for the 30 iterations what you did. You see, this is the LPID controller. It is somewhat better as compared to the earlier. You see, the control signal is also very smooth. You see, we are giving at 20. The card may not go much more disturbance for the LPID controller. At 40, I am given another one more disturbance. At 60 second, I am given external disturbance. At 80 second, we are giving disturbance. That what you see, that force, the voltage required, because it is a universal motor, what you call servo motor. It is very lesser. You see, very smoothly controlling this LPID. Even when you go for the NLPID, also it is better than with that LPID. This is what we are going to find our findings. You see, this position, angle of the position of the cart, angle of the controller, and control voltage required. We are plotting. You see, that's why when you are going for the comparative analysis, the time taken for these values, instance of disturbance, what I am given exactly at what value we are given for that instant of what you call at what time I am initiated, and at what is the instant of stabilization. Also, we are fine. 20.22 seconds we are given a disturbance, and the it will stabilize in 22.68. The amplitude of disturbance we are giving 29.364 degree. That much degree disturbance we are hit that pendulum. The time taken for this, what we are going to take 1.46 seconds to stabilize. Okay, that means instant of stabilization, what is 22.68, it will stabilize. That means 1.46 seconds it is taken at a different what you call we are taken 20, 40, 60 and 80. We are going to, these are the disturbances what you are going to given linear PID and as well as the non-linear PID. This is the non-linear PID what you are going to take in pendulum stabilize. Pendulum is better stabilized for the non-linear PID at the same instant, same magnitude of disturbance at 1.39, 1.42, 1.435 and 1.58 at the same instant what we are going to check. Okay, that's why this is the what you call FIPSO. This is the difference what you are fully informed PSO we are using. For the fully informed PS also we are going to find the values. Okay, these are the gain coefficients what you are going to find by using that fully informed PSO, and these are the performance of the LPID, and ultimately we are going to find amplitude of disturbance and time taken also we are going to find it. The observation what you are going to find Then multiple linear PID controllers were designed and optimal gain parameters also obtained by using fully informed the variant of the PSO algorithm. We are taken as a fully informed PSO instead of the standard PSO. The controllers were validated to stabilize benchmark and Gantt-Ricken system. It is observed that multi-layer PID controller, what you call a multi-loop LPID controller, brings the pendulum to the desired position under the perturbations of the average of 1.5 to 2 seconds. What you are going to find this, I think, this is the helicopter system. What we are going to do, similar manner we are going to test it. Similar manner we are going to test it. This is the helicopter system. Here we are using the fractional order PIDs, integer order PIDs, different varieties of PIDs we are going to test for the stabilizing, because it is helicopter is in a vertical takeoff, vertical landing. Vertical takeoff, vertical landing. Helicopter is in a more what you call unstabilized system. What I am going to say all the time. You see, we never heard the accidents of aeroplane. We are always heard the accidents of helicopter. When it will fall down, when it will go, we don't know, because it is in a what you call more unstable system, helicopter. Okay, for the helicopter we are going to use same LPID, NLPID, what we are tested, and LQR also we are tested. For the tuning purpose we are used Jegels-Nicholas method, Kuhn method, Hallman method, internal model control method, and modulus and symmetrical optimum also we are used. Some methods we are used. We are going to find some methods, whatever it may be. But it is a better what genetic algorithm also we are used for the tuning of these, finding of these algorithms. This is some pseudocode for these genetic algorithms. Here I am using a multi-objective genetic algorithm, because what you call simple genetic algorithm, it is not worked on our controllers to tune the controllers. Why? Because the order of the degree of the system is very high. This is what we are going to find. That's why we are gone for the multi-objective genetic algorithm. Okay. This is the multi-evaluation technique. How we are used best. This is what a flow chart for this. I am giving step for using of this multi-objective algorithm to find that KP, KI, KD values. And not only that one, nowadays what is happening, we are working mainly on a meta-heuristic algorithm. These are algorithms we are applying for different systems. What we are going to use it: Gray-Wolf optimization, cuckoo optimization, line optimization, ant line optimizer, spotted hind optimizer, dragonfly optimizer, grasshopper optimization algorithm, moth flame optimization, bat optimization algorithm. These are naturally inspired algorithms we are going to apply mainly for the controllers according to the desired performance of the dynamical systems. What you are going to, this is the Gray-Wolf optimization. I think it is available in this, and I am going to use these some algorithms for these what you call PID controllers, tuning of the parameters. We are ant line also we are used, and dragonfly also we are used, and we are find on simulation system only. We are going to simulate it. We are find it what you call errors. We are going to find what ultimately what I am going to say here. We are using bio-inspired algorithms to tune the industrial PID controllers. Here we are going to make in a lookup table. From that automatically it will take at the external disturbance, that much of disturbance it will come, automatically it took, immediately it will stabilize the system. This procedure what we are going to do it. Now presently we are going a research, mainly our students are doing a research on mainly different control system, different systems we are going. Mainly we are going in a different systems, tuning techniques only we are going to use, mainly inverted pendulum system, Gantt-Ricken system what we are going to use. Twin rotor motor system also we are going to test different controllers. Not only that one, ball beam system also we are having our laboratory. We are testing the ball and beam positions also, unstabilized system, and robotic arm also we are having in our laboratory. But we are going recently. We are going for underwater vehicle. We are going to procure this underwater vehicle. We are simulated the underwater vehicle system. This system is also available. Recently, we are published one paper in one conference also on the simulation underwater vehicle, but different control schemes. We are using nowadays. We are gone for the fractional order PID controller, and as well as different control schemes. I to the power of lambda, d to the power of mu, fractional order PID controllers also we are designed. The work presently going on, and modified PID control schemes also we are going to utilize it. Mainly some modifications what we are going to do, that is in what is acceleration modifier, PID and acceleration controller, PIDA. We are going to test it. We are already mathematically designed. We have to test it on our different systems. And another one more, what you are going to PID controller, space asymptotic stability is usually smaller than the traditional PD controller. This what modified PID controller, several modifications. Formal Sky proposed a modified PID controller, that is a PI sigma D. After changing the range of the interval integration, we are using these controllers also. We are using nowadays, and I think generally TID controller, NASA using TID controller. TID controllers are developed by the NASA. TID controller is upgraded version of the conventional PID controller. What is NASA using? We are already designed some TID controllers also. Okay. S domain, same transfer function. We are going to use it. We are already simulated. Fractional order PIDs also we are used. And another one more modified, some different varieties of the modifications we are going to use according to our requirement. Several modified PID controllers we are using, some modification we are doing according to the system. This is ultimately what I am going to say to you. 1 minute, sir. I want to show one video, whether you believe should show you. I think I have not shown the video. How it will be stabilizing. Will go in presentation mode, then only I can show it. Is it visible, sir? Video is playing or not?
No, sir, not playing, sir.
Slides are moving, sir. You see the video,
no, sir.
I'm playing the video. Is it visible, sir?
Sir, video is not playing, sir. Some image is showing, sir.
Oh, I am playing. It is showing to me. It is playing. Can I play, sir? Is it visible? Is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Maybe now some noise is coming, sir. Sir, only image is showing, sir. Video is not coming.
Can I give disturbance? Image is showing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I am in my laptop. It is showing the video. In my laptop, it is showing video playing, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So some noise also coming, sir, from your laptop side. But here it is only image is showing, sir.
Is it like that?
Yes, sir.
What to do? I think to avoid mirroring, don't share your entire screen or browser window. Is it? It's not visible, sir.
No, sir. You may. Yes, yes, sir. Now, sir. Now you can play, sir.
Now can play.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Now it is visible. Sir. Playing, sir. Playing.
It is swing up, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Will give simultaneous some disturbances. Even though we are giving the disturbance, it will swing up only.
स्टॉप कर इसको पहले, मतलब 100 के बाद आप लोग
See, this is the Gantt Gann model. What you are doing? Down. When the cart is moving, pendulum exactly at 0 degree. Even though it is stabilizing, cart is stabilizing, and as well as the pendulum is also going to stabilize. On the railing, cart is moving. We are giving disturbances, but it is stabilizing. The controls what you are designed here. Thank you. Anything, please ask, sir. I'm ready.
Any queries? Any queries from participant side? Sir, they have understood very well, sir. No queries.
We don't know online how much it is.
Sir. Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Actually, I know you are very busy at this time, but then also you have given lecture, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Chiranjeevi, Dr. Chiranjeevi, to giving me the opportunity to deliver a lecture, today's lecture.
Thank you, sir.
May
It's my
God
pleasure,
bless.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Can I leave now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, dear participants, next session is going to start in next 5 to 10 minutes. Eminent speaker is Professor Shubhi Purwar ma'am from MNNIT Allahabad. So, ma'am is going to give a lecture on nonlinear control systems. So, please join at least 5 minutes before starting of the session. Thank you.